It's deadlift time. I feel, I'd say I feel about a 5 out of 10 in terms of energy, will to train, etc. This is our last day on base strength AI. Got a full review of base strength AI. It should be coming out. It's either out already, and I'll link it right here, or it's coming out soon. You know, decent. I'll let you watch a full review if you want to know more about it. But today we're going to deadlift. Sleep quality, bad. Last night was tough, man. That summer insomnia is kicking. Mood to train, low. Recent nutrition, cutting. Everything is just on the low end. Perception of strength, feeling weak, feeling tired. No overall soreness, just a general fatigue. So the mindset preparation today is going to be work as hard as possible. Because I think sometimes we think, okay, I'm tired, I'm not going to work hard. But hard is relative, I guess. So, I don't know, man. I'm kind of talking out my butt. I don't really have much to say. I got to get on the road. I got to go to a wedding this weekend, which is going to be a lot of fun, but it's like a 4-hour drive right after deadlifting. So we'll see, you know? That's life, man. Training is not, or life is not just training as much as we want it to be. It is also familial obligations. It is also personal responsibility. It's also work. It's also relationships. Like, you have to find ways to make training fit with your overall life if you want to stay consistent, and consistency is key to growth. So we got 3x10. I've been doing 3x8 on deadlifts, and if you watch the squat, I've been doing 3x6. 10 is just, it's just not for me. And that could be because I have a mental block with 10, that could be because I'm lazy, or that could be because my body just does not respond well to that high volume at the state that it's in right now. I think my biggest gripe with 70s Powerlifter is that you need like a 4-week acclimation block before you even get onto the first block. Like, going from traditional powerlifting training of 3 to 5s and singles to this amount of volume is just crazy. And I think I would have done a lot better had I had an acclimation block to more volume, but that's just me, man. I don't know. Let me know what you think about the high volume stuff. It could just be that it's just not my style, and that's fine. There's a lot of different ways to train. So we got 3x10, 3x8, and then I've been doing pause deadlifts as my second accessory, and then Romanian deadlifts as my third accessory. And then we got some back and hamstring accessory movements. So enough yapping. Let's warm up. We're starting with our regular deadlift warm up. I start with like a stiff leg Romanian deadlift, feel it out. I've been doing conventional on this block, which I really like. I think I'm gonna keep that on the next block. The only thing with conventional for me is because I'm carrying a little bit more weight than I normally do, trying to get it off, but you know, that takes time. It's a little bit tougher to get into position in the hinge because I can't open my legs wide and give my belly space, right? So that I've kind of had to widen my conventional stance out a little bit. So I'm playing around with that to try and find the best position to be in. I also switched to the straight bar when I do conventional. I don't know why. Just to try and get exposure to a different bar. It really does make a difference in terms of slack pull. I just find that with the straight bar I get more stimulus, which is what I'm doing conventional for. I want to build the spinal erectors, glutes, hamstrings a little bit more. Whereas with sumo, the goal is always just what's the biggest number. So, but when I train in conventional for a little bit, I gain strength in the sumo muscles as well. So they feed each other, but I like doing both. The issues with space show themselves when I put the belt on, so I'm going very loose first run, and I'm experimenting with a little bit of a higher belt position. It's just never comfortable. I mean, there's something to be said about it's not supposed to be comfortable, but on sets of 8, you start to feel that uncomfort. And the only thing that I'm worried about or conscious of when I'm uncomfortable is manipulating my body subconsciously to get in a more comfortable position, which is gonna maybe cause a breakdown in my form. So, could be a little over analysis, but these are the things I think about. Yeah, felt fine. Lose a little bit of weight. I think the leverages change for the better there. I'm also super bloated. I drank a lot of fluid. Trying to find the balance between hydration and overhydration. I'm definitely not thriving in the heat, I would say. That was pretty good. I mean, it moved well. Probably like a 6, but I'll take that. I'm busy today, so I'm just filming first and last sets. This is set 3. Set 2 went really well in context of how we're feeling today. Honestly, the intensity is probably more around a 6, but I was feeling so garbage coming into the gym. I'll take that. And I just have to sit for 4 hours after this, so I'm not trying to have my back seize up on me in the car on a road trip. Like I said, it's all about balance. The wider stance feels a lot better. I'm able to kind of clear space for my stomach, which is good. I just got to stop. I gotta stop eating big meals the night before I deadlift. Like, that's great for me on squat, but I need a little bit more room in the stomach. Plus all the hinging. It feels like I'm gonna throw up a couple of times. So, live and learn. That's the power of combining solid nutrition principles with training. All right, last set 8. The nausea hit about set 4, but we made it. All right, we got pauses next. Probably drop down to a green and a black. It's like a 1 second pause right off the floor. We'll see. All right, friends. First set of the pauses. We're just doing 6 reps here. The energy is just not coming. It's not flowing. I feel pretty rough. Say probably like a 3 out of 10. Sleep, not good. And when I'm cutting and I miss sleep like I did last night, based on nothing except my body being like, hey bro, you're not sleeping tonight, it's too hot. Then, you know, if 2 of those recovery pillars are off, plus I think there's probably a little bit of stress from travel. I get stressed when I travel, man. All these people that are like, I want to travel the world. I'm like, bro, that would send me into a tailspin. So if you're a traveler, more power to you. Even road trips set me off. So probably subpar on 2 recovery pillars and purposefully subpar on another in terms of cutting. This is what you get. But we're gonna make it. It is what it is. Fine. Get a little bit more of a side-on angle for the last set. Then we'll do some Romanians. Let's go. Oh my God. Okay. I'm running out of time. So I'm just gonna film the Romanians and that'll be it for the day. Oh. Excited to jump on a new program. But man, I don't want to say the volume experiment failed, but I was definitely not prepared. Gotta be better. You're getting one set of Romanian deadlifts because I gotta go. Appreciate you watching. I'll wrap it up when we're done with this set, but I do Romanians beltless. I don't know why. No real reason, just like to throw in a little bit of beltless hinge work. So it's either a good morning or a Romanian deadlift. We got, what is this, 275? And we're going for 10. Oh my God. My hair. Slight twinge in the hip. Still made it through the set. I'm hinging over because it hurts. It's coming on a little bit quicker post set. Woo! Oh man, my body is not too happy with me. It's okay. It's easing up a little bit. Woo. I'm just worried about that drive. Sedentary. Why do I always do this to myself? I should have changed my schedule around to do upper body before having to sit in the car. I'm a glutton for punishment. Okay. I'll talk to you right over here to wrap things up. Wrap up 70s Powerlifter. Hope you're all having a good day. Ooh. That'll do it for me. Had to cut the session short just a little bit, but I got to get on the road. All right, 70s Powerlifter. There may be a more in-depth review already out, so if you want a more in-depth review on that specific program, I would encourage you to go check that out. What I'm going to talk about is volume. I think there's something to be said for high volume training. I think it's very effective, can be very effective. I do not think that it is the only way to train, obviously. I don't think that there's any prescription or style or whatever we want to call it, any camp that you should fall into and follow blindly. Like the Mike Mentzer cults of high intensity, keto or paleo diets. Just some examples. When we become so reductive with our training philosophies and even outside the gym, that's when we start to get into trouble. We have to be able to meet people who have ideas other than us in the field of training and exercise with a little bit of grace and say, you know what, maybe their style works. And if you have trouble doing that, say maybe their style works for them. Do I believe that Bromley is only pushing volume on me to keep me down? Absolutely not. I'm sure that he has experienced a ton of growth from volume-based training. And so his programming style revolves more around that. Whereas in my personal experience, and with a lot of the athletes that I coach and with other coaches that I talk to, a mix of higher intensity, lower volume, along with higher volumes in certain contexts has been more effective. We can all coexist. Volume, intensity, frequency, lovers, everybody can coexist. The goal is to find something that works best for you. So that's why I will continue to do programs like this, to try with different styles of programming that may or may not work best for me. I'm not in competition prep, so the stakes are decently low. I'm just trying to find things that will get me better, find programs that I think will apply to a larger audience so that I can recommend them to you people who watch these videos. Would I recommend this? Not to a ton of people, but I would recommend it to people who are maybe enhanced or newer to the sport and their relative intensities aren't going to be super high. I would also recommend it to people who are able to auto-regulate a little bit better than I am. When I see auto-regulation, I usually go to the top end of auto-regulation rather than the bottom end. And I think that really set me back because I was pushing probably higher intensities than I needed to in the first couple of weeks. So if you can check those boxes for yourself, I think this would be a wonderful program. Also, I didn't take the program all the way to the end. I just did the intro block. And I knew pretty early on that it wasn't for me. If you read the whole program with a critical eye and you say, okay, the first block may be tough, but I think the subsequent 3 blocks are going to be super valuable for me because it does get down to higher intensity stuff towards the end. And you have 21, 22 weeks, however the program goes, available to you, and you want to try it, go for it. I will never dissuade you from trying something that you think will work for you. And overall, I trust Bromley so much because I really like the way that he programs outside of this one program, but that was a personal problem, not a him problem. I like his content. I think he brings a fresh voice to powerlifting, to strongman training, just to strength training in general. So I trust him. So this program definitely will work for some people. It just didn't work for me. So give it a shot. Let me know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, join the Discord, click the link for a free trial of Boost Camp. Use code BlackBearBarbell with no spaces. You get an extra week of premium. It really supports the channel, and I appreciate it a lot. Thank you so much for watching. I already said that. Get strong and stay strong.